Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday morning. Give God all the glory. Thanking God for waking us up this morning, allowing us to see this day we never seen before. Thanking Him for our health and our strength, and thanking Him for His goodness, mercy, and favor. Thanking Him for keeping us above and not beneath. We thank Him for every bountiful blessing He bestowed in our lives. And let's go into our Father's prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Lord, give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. Lord, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy you are the kingdom, the power, and all the glory forever and ever. Amen. Okay, what we going to talk about this morning? I wanted to, first I read the prayer to you, but this really bothered me last night, and I got up and I said, I'm going to talk about this with this Jeff Metcleff. There's consequences, and there is consequences. You're going to see the fruit that you produced in the world. Let me change the photo so everybody could look at him because he's suffering now. He is really through. I'll talk about them later, but here he is. You know, you got to teach your kids to keep their hands to themselves, and you got to teach your children to have kindness and mannerism, and learn how to be polite, and learn how to do things in a polite manner without being disrespectful and without being a bully and all that other. Because you know what? Because eventually ain't nobody gonna hurt no more than you when you find them in a bag. Okay, when they come back and return to you, you gotta go pick up their remains somewhere. Because white people, they've been doing this so long. Not all white people, because I don't want all white people to think that we don't like, just like some of y'all don't like us. Okay, like some of us, because y'all say there's some that are a certain way, and then there's some that are another way. I get it. I do truly get it. Even some of us are not gonna like some of us. I get it. Now the division that comes among people is sometimes just people thinking that they better than other people, and that when they judge other people's situation, they can't see themselves. They can't see themselves. They think, and especially I think it's really bad that this man here, from what I understand, allegedly, that Austin lived with him, and I think he was more closer to Austin than he was to the other brother. Okay, and from what I understand, he's a drunk. His ex-wife hates him. And also, from what I allegedly understand, also that the boys used to fight with him. The boys actually used to, Austin and the other brother, both of them used to fight their father. Okay, but they're not gonna tell you all of that. What they go through with their criminal ass children, with their badass kids. And they want to sit up in here and talk about other people's kids and want to harm other people's children. That's why God is whipping your behind. You up there you went on a 3 hour racist rant on TikTok. So hateful, so mean. And Carmelo father and mother don't owe you nothing because you took their son life too. Okay, he was minding his own business. We wouldn't even be here in this type of conversation. None of this would be even going on right now on the news. They all smearing this boy, Carmelo. Oh no, he's not 17 no more. They always keep saying, oh, 19-year-old Carmelo. Now they just trying to up his age a little bit, like and make Austin sound like the victim. And he's not a victim. He's not a victim, and I'm not. I don't care fuck what nobody say. I ain't got a fucking child in this world, and the young children in my family, I'll say, you know what I'm saying? They disrespect me. I leave them alone too. But the thing is that your son should have kept his fucking hands to himself. Stop trying to run. I mean, flip this shit on Black America. Stop trying to make it Black America because you're just so jealous and so hateful of that beautiful couple, that beautiful family over there that y'all want to destroy with your messy situation, your dysfunctional life. You're just miserable. Look at him. He was sitting there all by himself, miserably drunk, talking to the to the camera, the I don't know, maybe the laptop he might have had, the computer, his phone device, whatever. And you know damn well when you came inside that conference, when that family, when this first thing took place, and you came in there wearing some damn sprinter on your arm because you had something in there to try to, you was trying to harm. I could tell you was trying to hurt they family member. You was trying to get close to that father to harm that man. Yes, you was. That's why all of a sudden he walked in there. He didn't have that thing on his arm. All of a sudden now he walked in with like a cast or something. This is how evil. This is how it's so embedded in their heart. This is just the evil in white folks, white racists. White races are the most evilest. They the problem. They've been the problem in America since America started. They've been hateful. They can't help it. Just hateful, mean, wicked, and evil. See, this is the disease that God is pulling. I mean, not the disease, but these are the evil things that's been rooted in America from the time America was being reconstructed and everything else. This evil just won't. They think they own America. They want to take over America. They want to harm people. They want to hurt people. They don't like nobody. They don't like nobody because they don't even like themselves. The evil that they inherited from their wicked ancestors is in them. And like I told my family, and I told my sister, I said, that wasn't Carmelo. That was God's hand that put that poke in his son. They said, because he was running and then all of a sudden he stopped. He didn't even know he was stabbed. And then Carmelo had to run because they was trying to dunk, and they didn't even tell you how they beat up Carmelo. Had his face all swelled up when he took that first photo shot. They didn't talk about that in the courtroom. They didn't talk about how Carmelo was jumped by your two sons, Austin, and the big guy, the one that's dead, the one that's that the maggots are in his body right now. Yeah, they didn't show that. They didn't show that video to the public. You know what? If Carmelo was innocent, let me tell you. I mean, if Carmelo was guilty, I'm sorry, not innocent, because he is innocent. If Carmelo was guilty, that video would have been viral, viral, viral. But people still out here, trolling people that talk for Carmelo, people that's here representing for Carmelo. You got trolls coming into your chat saying things. That's why I haven't been looking at my chat, because you got the trolls, that represent this racist. And if they keep it up, they're gonna find themselves right there visiting Austin. Let one of their kids put their kid hands on some other body, somebody else's black child. God ain't having it no more, because he's going to protect us from the heavens. He's going to protect Carmelo too. Burn in hell. All of y'all. All the black lives that y'all destroyed. And you think I'm going to sit around and drop a tear for you or your son? And this family don't owe you shit. You know, you gonna tell somebody else how to raise their kids. Maybe if you'd have raised your son right, he would have still been here with you and be celebrating Father's Day. That would be celebrated next week. Maybe that's what's getting to you. Then your other son can't stand you. He was nowhere near you, and neither was your ex-wife. When everybody was coming out, they couldn't stand you. She can't stand you. And Hunter is with his mother. He don't even want nothing to do with you. So you want to come and flip your pain over here on Black America and flip your pain on saying and blaming on Kamala family, Kamala's mother and father. You said some very evil, wicked stuff, and you think people supposed to give you sympathy or empathy? Fuck you. Okay, fuck you and fuck all y'all. Okay, fuck all of y'all for what y'all did to that young man's life, to that young black boy's life. Not only to Carmelo's life, but to a whole lot of other black lives that y'all probably lynched on the tree, like Jack Lang, people like that. He was a Sixer from January 6th, one of the insurrectionists that was and actually hit the fucking police. The police he hit with a bat, and Trump gave him a pardon. Then in March again, he got into some other trouble. I believe that happened in Texas or whatever. Yeah, this man been trolling. He been all over the place doing all not him, but I'm saying all of those people, because Jack was his supporter out there. Fuck all of y'all, burning fucking hell after y'all talking about hit blow, trying to harm Carmelo, and then you try to set it up where Carmelo will be sitting in the unit where your fucking relative work at. All of that shit, they should fucking what they need to do before they go for the appeal is that trial that Carmelo had. They should call for a mistrial. It should be called a mistrial, and they should overturn. But they not going to do that. That's not what they want to do. They want to destroy Carmelo. That's what they want to do. And it's always been in their evil, disgusting, wicked, racist heart. And they're going to get just what they wish on Carmelo. That's why his soul is burning. Fuck you. You know, they invented racism. They invented racism. That's how they feel powerful. They didn't care to hear the truth. Send that boy, give that boy a 35-year sentence. That ain't gonna happen. God just exposed y'all. He exposed your whole justice system. That was wicked. It was evil. You said you wanted to know the truth, and the truth, you don't want to know the truth. You just want to lynch your black life. That's all. You want blood. You a vampire. You don't want truth. Your son ain't coming back. He's maggots now. Austin is maggots now. You sat up there, you said all that wicked stuff about harming Carmelo's mother, harming his father. You know, Jack Lane out there saying the sickest shit, talking about putting Carmelo on a fucking tree. You better hope your ass don't be on that motherfucking tree. Black people ain't having this shit with y'all no more. The world is tired of y'all. Y'all getting on everybody's fucking nerves. I thought the Islamic people were bad, but you motherfuckers, y'all fuck with everybody. Like everybody owe y'all something. Y'all think y'all so fucking superior. Even when people are just trying to get along with you, you gotta start some shit. You know, it's okay. You could go with me because I feel like my rant too this morning. I feel like going. I feel like ranting too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's very hurtful when you hear about what they wanted to do to Carmelo. Saying the things. This boy never done anything to harm anybody. Okay, he got into your son started it and Carmelo finished it and put him in the fucking grave. Took him out of his fucking misery. And somebody need to come and do the same to your ass. So you can stop being on damn social media on TikTok on your 3 hour motherfucking rant. You could go join your son Austin. All them harmful, hateful words do hurt. And black people, we tired. You got a jacked up, fucked up justice system. It's time we just stand up to you fucking devils. You fucking evil, man. No matter what black people try to do to try to make peace and just try to live in this world with peace with y'all and shit. Y'all just go and start some shit Teach your kids how to be wicked, just like a fuck like you. Teach your kids how to be a racist. But you want to sit up here and talk about how we raise our kids. Black America children will be straight if we didn't fucking started to integrate with y'all motherfuckers. How about that? When we went from the 60s and we got integrated with y'all, that's when we started having a fucking problem. Before we didn't have that problem. We were dignified people. Until we, and that's why God said, y'all got to stay in y'all place and we stay over where we stay. Give us our motherfucking reparations and leave us a fuck alone. We don't bother y'all. We stay within ourselves in our community. We don't go on hurting y'all and doing the things y'all do to us. We don't owe you shit. Shooting our kids in the back. When did we ever do that to any of your fucking kids? When? You know, I'll take a break because, you know, if you listen to that rant, if you, it was so offensive. I don't care if you hurt, you in pain like that. Go to a church. Go somewhere where you could get talk about and have people come and support you and lift you up. Stay in prayer. Go in a place where you can go and get through all of that frustration inside of you, all that hurt and the pain. You had a whole doggone year. You had a year. Why now you want to come to social media? You know why? Because y'all want to keep blocking the truth. Y'all want to keep a distraction going. You want to keep. You didn't want to see Carmelo's family come and tell their story and tell how they feel. When you saw them go on that interview, that's when that made you mad. Just like when they had the conference the first time they came out in the public after all those bomb threats and threatening their children. These people had to move 8 motherfucking times, living in that terror. While they trying to fight for their son, and then you go talk about, well, y'all left your son, abandoned your son. They didn't abandon their son because they know God got him. Because that's because they know Jesus. And as long as they know Jesus, they know their son was going to be all right. Y'all got what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted him. Y'all wanted to do what y'all wanted to do to destroy him and break his spirit. But that ain't going to happen. Because we on it. We on it. That ain't going to happen. Because we knew what y'all was going to try to do. Y'all motherfucking devils. I hope somebody give you the same motherfucking thing your son got. All of y'all get y'all shit. Somebody come and get all of y'all motherfuckers. Give this world some peace. Y'all the fucking terrorists in the fucking country. It ain't the fucking Islamic people, it's y'all ass. Maybe people come here and live in peace and everybody get along and live fairly and equally among themselves, each other, as good neighbors. Just get the fuck away from us. You know what I'm saying? They just terrible people. Let me see what you said. The cash. And good morning, everybody. I'm so sorry I'm going on this rant because this stuff stayed on my mind all night. I was like, I can't believe this man is here. He's just ranting and he's saying the most horrible, hatefulest thing about a fucking teenager. Are you fucking serious? And when they asked Carmelo father, it took him so hard just to say, we all hurting here. We both lost something here. My son in the system. And your son, my son wasn't no murderer. He didn't come. What y'all got to talk about? He want his son free. Because y'all know y'all railroad that boy. And you wanted to make sure you could get him in a way where you could punish him and make his family suffer like you. But God is going to tear your ass up. Until you do right by God, you ain't going to never feel better for what you going through from the loss of your son and the way he died. You ain't going to never feel good. You going to live in your fucking hell for all the days of your life, you fucking devil. You killed your son. You already killed him when you taught him to be a racist and a bully. That's the fruit you produced. People trying to raise their kids up and give them a good life, and y'all want to come and destroy it. Y'all destroyed so many black people's lives. I'm glad God got you right here in front of the people destroying you. Glad he destroyed you in front of people. See, God don't deal with the flesh. He deal with the spirit. He deal with your heart. You seen everything you're doing. Even when y'all try to sneak him under the unit in that prison. And y'all didn't even freaking give this boy a chance to stay not 1 month so he could have time with his family and sit down with his mother and his father and they can be there before they send him up to a... Y'all send him farther away so his mother couldn't see him. You evil bastard. You will get what the fuck you deserve. You live it in your hell now and you're going to be living in it for the rest of your days on this earth until you do right by God. Carmelo may not have been the first victim. I'm sure some victims ain't even breathing right now. The way you've been talking out of your head, all them spirits in you. Eventually it's all going to come out. People you and your good old boys went and probably lynched in Texas. Your heart is evil enough to do that. How you harm somebody else's child. How you harm somebody else's son or somebody else's daughter. Ride around in your fucking big ass truck and grab them at night and hang them up on a tree and say that they committed suicide. That's how evil you fucking racist bastards are. And I hope you get what you deserve. And God gonna destroy so many more of you in front of the people. God bring his justice from heaven. That's why you on a 3-hour rant. That's why he on a 3-hour rant. Because that's all the dirt and the evil that's beating on his conscience. When people supposed to feel sorry and you got some stupid ass coons out here talking about, oh, we should feel sorry. And then Carmelo saying the most horrible, these black women are delusional. What the fuck is wrong with them? What the fuck is wrong with them? These black conservative women. And then they call themselves Christians. But then again, they wishing harm on the life and they talking to April Chapman. That bitch is crazy. You hear me? And she got to be crazy because ain't no way in the world I'll be sitting around talking about another woman and her life and her son and her fate and her child. And I'm a mother too. And I'm a black woman with some black sons. And I could imagine there's something wrong with you. When you sit around talking about her life and what she going through in her life right now, with her son life, where it's at right now and how it happened, it can happen to you too, boo-boo. You could be all Christian and all of this conservative bullshit you want. But let me tell you something. You can't protect your children from the world. Once they get a certain age, they got to go out there and they got to see it for themselves. You can't shelter them. You can't protect them. Just look at this motherfucker here. He thought his good old boy days wasn't going to come out on that damn track field. And it sure enough did. Put his son 6 feet motherfucking 8 feet under. You thought your good old boys was going to go back to the days when y'all could get away with that bullshit. Harming black lives. And the rest of y'all, they could get it too. Keep coming in my motherfucking chat talking shit. Scared of you motherfuckers. Why should I be? Y'all ain't got no motherfucking power. Been around y'all motherfuckers for 60 years. Because that's how long I've been in the world. But my ancestors been here before. And my other ancestors. I got at least probably 8 generations here. Fuck out of here. Scared of you motherfuckers. You don't run this world. You think you run this world. We just been allowing you to try to get it right. You still can't get it right. You need to learn how to treat everybody right. And stop using people and trying to harm people just because they black or they white or they Latino, whatever the fuck they are. You should leave, but you shouldn't be going around harming nobody. But you racists can't get that shit out of your heart. You blood hungry. You bloodthirsty. Fucking vampire. You should see, if you read through the history, but that's why I don't like to watch some of these history books, you know. Sometimes I like to skip through past some things because I don't want to revisit that shit. I don't want to know about that stuff. When seeing slaves with their backs ripped open from the whips they used to take. And if the white people going to show me a white Jesus to save the world, I laugh. I said, anybody that can identify with Christ in that Bible ain't nobody but black folks. That's why they probably didn't want us to motherfucking read when they snatched these damn Africans off their land or got sold to them or whatever way they did it. They didn't want us to read the story. On the simple fact we knew who we were. We was able to get ourselves free. And they didn't want us to have to talk back to them or say nothing to their ass. They like to try to think they want to be in control over everybody all the time. Control the world. That's why Iran got their ass shaking in their boots. And they ain't gonna have nobody to help their ass either, because they done fucked over everybody. Fucked over black America real bad. We always was over there for the defense for you, protecting you and helping you and everything. And what you do, turn around and treat us like shit. Take our children, shoot them in the back, railroad them in the system, break up families, destroy families, and all this other shit. Y'all just some wicked ass people, man. Who wants to be really connected to you? Who really wants to be connected to you? You got to be the most, not all, well, not, I ain't saying all white people. I'm just talking about the white supremacists, y'all. I'm just talking about the white supremacists. I don't even know. I'm pumped. I'm just talking about those types. I'm not talking about all, people, nationality and race here. Just individuals like this who goes on a 3-hour rant, racist rant on top of that. He's a racist, and I don't feel sorry for him. Jack Lang, but supposed to be somewhere in jail, but he probably got out again. I mean, that ain't right. It's like they set it up. They set it up. Here he is. This one. He's in jail. He's in jail. Jack Lang, another one. This dude is crazy. He was standing out in front of the courthouse when he wasn't supposed to be around that area, but he was there. And when his ass thought he was going to go somewhere and get away, they had like 6 sheriffs because one of Carmelo, because he's making threats and saying if Carmelo walked free, he was going to do it himself. And Carmelo need to be hanging, and it's all documented. It's in the video and everything. It's in the video and everything. And you know what they're going to do? Because they want Trump so bad, they're going to use this against Trump. You watch, because they've already got it over there saying, I didn't even know Trump freed him from that, pardoned him. Yep. Yep. That's what they're going to do. That's probably why they took his ass in, and then he then took a mugshot that he got arrested as he was raising all that cane, and they gave him $1 million bond to get out. And then with that $1 million bond that they supposed to give him, he's not supposed to get it through any kind of, funnel through any kind of cash app or go fund or something like that. He's not able to get his support through that way. Yep. He's supposed to be on the team. And then on top of that, you call yourself a MAGA? You know what that make MAGA look like? And we out here screaming that logo, Make America Great Again, and they said that's the Klan. And you never think about it just because they say they Republican, because people switch parties, for to go to get seats in certain districts. Oh yeah, that's what they do. You vote for them. They take your vote and everything, and they use those votes to get into the seats that they want to get in, so they can get back in power. That's the Democrats for you. The Republicans, the real Republicans, they ain't about that bullshit. They wouldn't even allow them to regrow no damn trial like that. Oh no, if black people was bringing it to the light, they probably fighting about it now. Who knows? They just might release Carmelo, because it's publicly known that they railroaded him. The transcript, the video. They didn't release the video. That right there just shows you who they are. They didn't release that video. If Carmelo, like I said, if that boy was guilty, they would have been released that video. They would have been released it. And when did excuse me? And when did the judge and the EA, all of them started doing like going on interviews? They think people don't see them. They don't think people don't see them. Trying to cover up their wickedness and everybody watching. They had the whole setup. God see it all. And he's showing it to us. He's showing us everything that he exposing about them. Everything. He know what people have been good to him in America. The people that was suffering here. The people that really been suffering and been being marginalized and all of that other stuff. God knows. God knows. And they getting scared. They getting scared. They getting scared. So they got to get themselves a nigga. They getting scared. They got to hang a nigga. They got to put it on a nigga. They got to say it was a black man that did it. That's what they got to say. We the criminal, we the thief, we the murderer. But now they being exposed of who they are. We the criminals. They set up that whole criminal system just so that they can have a way to try to put us right back in chains. That's all it is, to control us. They set up that prison. The prison system wasn't set up for the criminals. It was set up for black America. That's what the prisons are for. That's the prison system. That young man, Rittenhouse, went with a rifle from over the state line and shot 3 people and walked out with self-defense. What does that tell you? The other one, Casey Allison, goes and get into a fight and even planned the fight with Jose Ramirez and walks out with a 10 years, 5 to 10 years sentence and only have to do 2. You hear me? Only 2 because they gave him some time off because of the time for the waiting of the trial when they had him in custody. No, they let him out on bond. They released him. In the trial, he was out for 2 years. That's right, because it happened in 2022 and it didn't go to trial until 2023. Right around the same time the track stabbing went. When Carmelo stabbed, what you call it? See how God works? Like, while that trial was going on, Carmelo incident took place. So that was kind of like we couldn't really, everybody got so distracted. They was watching the Carmelo. And then now they looking at the Casey one. Now everybody's coming back and saying, oh my God, they didn't know about that one. A lot of people didn't know about the Casey incident, and it happened in Texas, not too far out of Frisco. It was at Belton. So basically, what I'm saying is that everything they were planning in the dark is coming to the light. Everything that they were trying to do, get rid of all of dark immigrants, get rid of the immigrants, keep the ones here that's going to work for them as they taskmasters or whatever. Like they're going to get the Chinese and the Indians and the Latinos, all of them going to work against the black America. Because notice that they ain't got no protection for us. Out of all these years, notice that they don't even fight for nothing for us anymore. They want you to vote, but they don't want you to fight. They don't want to fight for nothing because the only thing they want to do is hold the seat. But once they get in that seat, they ain't gonna do nothing for you. And then to black people, I ain't joining nobody's loyalty to nobody's party. I vote for whoever I feel. I probably be ending up voting just independent. For real, just to vote. I probably end up voting. I don't care what the fuck the Republicans do, and I don't care what the damn Democrats do. I'm going independent. Because I don't trust none of them. I don't trust, and the independents don't usually win, so I'm going independent. I don't trust these people. especially after all of this. And this is what God is showing black people. We only got each other. Don't get on no party with nobody else. Just stay among yourselves. Just take care of each other. And that's exactly the commandment God gave us to do in the first place. But we got these coons out here that's bootlicking and doing whatever they doing. And I truly believe somebody is paying them. Just like somebody pay Antifa, somebody is paying these platforms that get out here to keep this stuff going, this racial stuff, to get all this racial stuff going, and then black people to make it sound like white people are not it's speaking the truth, and white people, it's just to save themselves whatever kind of, opportunity or whatever they looking for, clout, or it's looking for some influence or whatever, political influence or whatever they looking for. They sit on their platform and they just dragged Carmelo. Carmelo didn't just stab any black kid. He was a good kid. He was a straight A student, a outstanding athlete. He was even the lead something on one of his teams, and he even saved the kid from drowning when he was in Louisiana in the pool or something. He was a good kid. He was the way his mother's crying, the way they destroying her son, trying to destroy her son and everything. No parent want to live through an experience like that, especially when you didn't raise them to be a violent child and they get pushed into a altercation, that a situation that they probably just could not avoid. And they had to do what they had to do just so that they can get past, because Austin and both of them put their hands on Carmelo. Carmelo's face was so swelled. Let me show you. I knew his face looked swollen. I thought it was because he was crying, but actually, though, that was because they hit him. They were beating him up, but they didn't want that part to be seen. Look at Carmelo's face. You see it a little bit, but because this is a graphic, and ain't the original photo that I have, but you could just see this is the first photo that they took of him when they first brought him into custody. Face was swollen on the side. Don't you look on his right? I believe that's like his right side of his face is a little swollen. His nose look a little swollen, like his nose was hit. You know when your face swell up. That's what they did, and they left all of that out. What they gonna get was coming to them. Well, Jeff already getting his. God tearing that freaking spirit up. Look at that. I'd rather be a freaking melon fellow than a maggot. You want to sit up and talk shit? I can talk shit too. On behalf of Carmelo, because he can't talk to you. He's locked up. That's where you put him. That's how y'all railroaded him. That's how wicked y'all are. Y'all gonna get just what y'all deserve, because God exposing y'all one by one. Taking you down. I told you Jesus is the baddest gangster. But anyway, let me get myself out of here, so I'll talk with y'all later.